The US GDP came out in line with the expectations of 2.3%. What was more interesting was the Atlanta state's GDP, which came out on Friday, and it came out at minus 1.5%. United States President Donald Trump had a meeting with Ukrainian President Zelensky. They were going to talk about the ceasefire between Russia and Ukraine. That discussion turned into a very big disagreement. I think what this means is that soon you will see no support coming from US to stop the Russia-Ukraine war at all. Hello guys, I'm Paris, the Options Guy, and welcome to the No BS Trading Podcast. This is episode number 36 and welcome back after 2 weeks. I know I was gone and for no reason was I gone, and that is because I have been trying some new things out in trading as well as content creation, making different type of content. If you must have seen the video that I have posted in the latest video that I've posted, if you see, that is a bit different from what you must have seen in the past, and that's why I've been trying some new things out, and even in trading I've been trying some new things out. So definitely there is going to be a lot of new content that is going to come, and yeah, this sort of pivot that I'm making currently is something because of which you aren't seeing a lot of content currently, but definitely there are a lot of new things that are going to come on the channel which are going to be very beneficial for you. But anyways, what are we going to talk about in this episode? So first of all, we are going to talk about how the US GDP and the US PCE inflation data came out in the previous week, and then we are also going to talk about the meeting that was held between the president of US Donald Trump and the Ukrainian president. His surname is Zelensky. I don't remember the full name, but anyways, their meeting was cut short because things didn't go so well. So we are going to definitely talk about that in this episode, and then I'm also going to talk about what's in it for the markets for the next week, because if you must have seen, the US markets have fell a lot in the last few days, and then the Indian markets have also fallen a lot, right? And even on Friday they didn't close very well. FIs are continuously selling, so I'm going to talk about all of those things in today's episode. But yes, without any further delay, let's just start with the episode. So talking first of all about what happened in the previous week, we had the US GDP data that was on Thursday, and the US GDP came out in line with the expectations of 2.3%, right? So nothing big over there, but what was more interesting was the Atlanta state's GDP, which came out on Friday, and it came out at minus 1.5%. The expectations were that it would come out at 2.3%. It came out at minus 1.5%. So Atlanta is already in a recession, and I think this will definitely translate into the US Fed, the whole overall US GDP very soon. But then on Friday, we also had the PCE inflation data. PCE inflation came out at 2.5% in line with the expectations. And for the first time in the last few months, it has dropped only by 0.1%. But yes, it has dropped. And then on Friday itself, we had a meeting. Sorry, not we, but the United States President Donald Trump had a meeting with Ukrainian President Zelensky, and they were going to talk about the ceasefire between Russia and Ukraine, right? They were going to maybe try to make out a deal about the ceasefire between Russia and Ukraine, but that discussion turned into a very big disagreement, and because of that, Donald Trump even said that Zelensky has disrespected the Oval Office, basically disrespected United States, right? And I think this was because Zelensky wasn't very thankful for the support that United States has given to Ukraine. But yes, because of that, their press conference was also cancelled and the meeting was stopped in between itself. But what does this mean? I think what this means is that soon you will see no support coming from US to stop the Russia-Ukraine war at all. And I think then the whole load will be passed on to the European states of NATO, right? So basically, the organization of NATO, all the European countries which are in NATO, they will be given the load of Russia Ukraine war. So US will basically get out of it, and then they will not try at all to stop the war. I think this is something that can happen if there is no any sort of like measure taken by Ukraine to make US happy again. And I think it's not like a very big deal, like if you see back in 2022, we saw a fall of 5% in a single day, right? Indian market saw a fall of 5% in a single day. But I don't think that is something that is going to happen. But definitely, not a good thing at all, because this will hit the European economy hard, because European economy already is not doing that well. If you look at any states, right, be it Germany or any sort of big countries, Germany, UK and all those, they are not doing very good. And I think this will only add pressure to them not doing any good. So definitely not a good thing in the long term. In the short term, I don't think there will be like a very big fall in the markets or anything. I mean, after the disagreement, when this disagreement was actually going on, the US markets did fall, but they've recovered and now are much higher than that. So I don't think any sort of short term effects will be seen after this, right? But now let's talk about what are the things that are going to happen in the markets next week. So next week we only have one event, and that is the unemployment rate data that is going to come out on Friday, and it is expected that the unemployment rate will stay at 4%, pretty much same as compared to the previous month. But you have to keep this thing in mind is that the US government is doing a lot of layoffs. Okay, in the past few days or in the past month, you can say the US government has done a lot of layoffs, and this will definitely affect the unemployment rate, and you might see a very good jump in the unemployment rate in this month itself. Although, as I've said, that I'm still expecting that we will see a very big jump in unemployment rate going forward, and I still stand by that. I'm not going to change that. But I think even this month itself, you are going to see a good jump in the unemployment rate. But let's see how the data comes out on Friday. But yes, aside from that, we don't really have any events that we need to talk about. But next week, I think, I think you should be a little bit cautious about the markets next week. I think going forward, we might see again a bit of a fall coming, like like a sudden fall that you saw in Dow Jones in the last few days, right? Where Dow Jones fell around 2000 points in just 2 days. I think that is something that can happen again, maybe even more worse fall than that in this week, in the mid of this week or after that. But let's see. I feel like something can happen over here, so you should stay pretty cautious. Maybe something might not happen, but stay very cautious over here. Okay. And I think one more thing also that I didn't talk about is that in the last few days, the fall that you saw in Dow Jones that came, right? I think not this week, but the week before that, which started on Thursday, if I'm not wrong. I think something broke in the system. Someone was in a bit of a problem, and I think because of that, you saw that fall, in my opinion. And I think going forward also things might not be so great. I've already flagged so many problems, and I've written a new article itself in this week itself where I said that how a Japanese bank can crash the global economy, not the global economy, the global financial system, my bad. Okay. But still, I've talked about many such reasons also in just my latest video also, if you see, right, about how bad things are coming in the market. Something bad is going to happen, and I think something is coming still, and I think things are breaking behind the scenes, and it's just that we cannot see them right now because, by the time things get revealed, it's already too late. But, let's see. Stay pretty cautious in the market in the next few days, okay? But yes, that is it for what is going to happen in the next week. Now, let's move on straight up to the market analysis part, because we don't have any IPOs that are coming in the market, Indian markets, next week. So talking about what is going to happen in the markets next week and how the markets are looking technically, not great at all, right? If you see Nifty in the weekly charts, it is looking straight up bearish, and I think the target of 21,800 that I've given won't be enough. In my opinion, I think Nifty is going much lower than that, and I'm saying this because I myself didn't expect such a fast fall in the markets, okay? And overall the market looks very bearish. Bank nifty looking a little less bearish, but still not, like bullish at all, right? And I think bank nifty can also reach 46,000 very soon. Nifty on the other hand can even try to reach 21,400 now. Okay, our target was of 21,800. It is pretty much very close, just 300 points away. But I think after that you can still see 21,400 also, maybe after taking a pullback from 21,800, but that's about it. But yes, in the daily chart, if you see, nifty is looking pretty bearish over here, okay, not bullish at all, okay. And bank nifty on the other hand trying to stay afloat, but because of only one bank, and that is, if you see HDFC Bank over here, HDFC Bank, extremely sorry, yes, HDFC Bank is not going down, and because of that, Bank Nifty is trying to stay afloat. If you look at ICICI Bank, that is also not looking that bullish, and SBI also on the other hand, if you see, just a second, yes, SBI on the other hand also looking pretty bearish. So it is only one bank that is holding Bank Nifty up, and that is HDFC Bank. As soon as HDFC Bank goes down the train, you will start to see much more weakness coming in Bank Nifty also. Okay, so I think even right now, once we break 47,000, 48,000, like decisively, then we are looking at straight up a 2,000 point fall till 46,000. I don't think there is any, I don't think Bank Nifty will take a lot of time then to reach 46,000 over here, right? But Nifty on the other hand, if you see, has already started a fall. And as you must have heard, when we were somewhere over here, right, in this region over here, I said that if the market doesn't go up very much, market might go up once to take all the sellers' stop losses and then start the fall. And just see what has happened over here, right? Market went up first of all, gave one pullback over here, which took the stop loss of all sellers, right? And then the market started to fall again. And now it looks like Nifty can go down till 21,800. The only thing is that Dow Jones, Nasdaq, and S&P, all of them are up a little bit. So it looks like Nifty might take a little bit of a breather over here before continuing its fall till 21,800, right? So if we open with a gap up on Monday, right, let's say 21,000, 22,200, somewhere near 22,200 or above that, then chances are we might see a little bit of a recovery over here till 22,400 to 500, okay? And in this zone is where you can again go ahead and take a short position, right? So if we open with a gap up and continue to sustain, right, continue to sustain about 22,200, you can see a little bit of a short covering, which can take you up till 22,400 to 500. Mostly we should not open with a gap down, because it just doesn't make sense to open with a gap down. But yes, we can also open with a gap down over here. So if we open with a gap down, then it is better to wait a little bit, because then sellers are already in a profit, right? So then we need to look for only one sign, and that is there a fast short covering happening in the market? And how would you know that? It is very simple. You'll see big candles being made, big buying candles being made from lower levels, and that will tell you if short covering is happening in the market. Okay, that is one thing. Now Bank Nifty on the other hand, if you see, is again not looking as bearish as compared to Nifty, but still not looking very strong also over here. And Bank Nifty on the other hand only has one level, and that is 48,500. If we go above 48,500, chances are we might see a pullback of at least 500 points, which might take it up till 49,000. And then from there, 49,000 to 49,200 will be the range, which can act as a resistance, and from where Bank Nifty can again start to fall. Now, if you see over here, Bank Nifty is going in a pattern, is basically in a descending pattern over here. And if you try to make a trend line over here, you might also be able to make a trend line over here, something like this. Okay, so chances are that Bank Nifty might go and give a breakout of this trend line, give a fake breakout, and then start to fall from here. So this is a thing, this is a scenario that can happen in Bank Nifty, where you might see a breakout of this trend line, and then you might start to see a fall after that. Okay, a big fall after that. So keep this in mind. This trend line is going to be very important. If the market has to move up from here, what will happen? I'm going to tell you. If this is going to be a genuine breakout, which I honestly don't think will be the case, but still, if this is a genuine breakout, you'll see a fast move on the upside till 50,000 at least. Okay, this will be a straight move. So market will not maybe give small pullbacks and continue to move up over here. Then we can say that this might be a genuine breakout. Okay. But if you see any sort of lagging after the market has, after the market has broken from this trend line, then chances are that the market can again fall down and give a fake breakout of this trend line, in which case you will see a very fast 1500 to 1000 point fall. Okay, actually not even 1500 to 1000 point, but basically you can see a very fast fall till 46,000. Okay, then maybe it might happen from 49,000 or 48,500, whatever. Okay, that is something which depends as the market makes more price action. Okay, so I hope you guys understand how the markets are going to move in the coming week. Again, I think in the first couple of days you might see a little bit of a relief rally, but after that I think the trend still stays bearish. So I would say only take a sell on rise stance over here. But yeah guys, that was it for the market analysis for the next week. So yeah guys, that was it for this week, and again a short episode because we didn't have a lot to discuss this week. But yes, thank you very much for watching till the end, and thank you very much for the support that you've recently shown to my content. We've been hitting new highs and I'm really grateful for that, and the content that is coming in the next few days, in the next few weeks, is going to be even more better. And I think I'll be more focusing on videos that have actual condensed knowledge, so you get a lot of knowledge and information in very short amount of time. But anyways, I'll see you guys in another episode in another week. Bye bye.